What up, YouTube? It is a beautiful day here in Lebanon. We're about to get after some jumps in today's session, and we're going to go over my take on team training when it comes to core and our ab exercises. What else are we going to hit? We're going to hit the Q&A from the YouTube comment section, and we're also going to go over today's lift. So let's rip it. Our first set of jumps here is going to be 180 broad jumps. So I'm going to do a normal broad jump and try to turn in the air and then land backwards. And that's one rep. And you're supposed to stick the landing. So we'll see how those go on this surface with these shoes. It might be a little slippy. But yeah, let's get into this morning's lift after this first set here. This morning's lift. Coming off a swim meet yesterday, so we didn't do anything too crazy. But some reverse lunge from a deficit. So I put a plate up front, made it a little more challenging, sink and load my hip a little more. Some solid reps, 3 top sets, 5 each leg. Then last round, one of my buddies came and dropped some chains off, and I was like, okay. So we did some accommodating resistance back offset to finish. I think I got 2 clips from that this morning, and then also we did like a little inverted row. I put a band over it and did some tricep push downs as well for the upper stim. Starting off strong with the Q&A here. The first one is, what is my favorite pool temperature? Now that's wonderful. That is such a great question. I'm known for being the biggest sissy when it comes to cold pools. I've had my fair share of both cold and warm pools, okay? So I know both ends of the spectrum. And my optimal, okay, it's different for everybody, but my optimal pool temperature is 81. That's kind of on the high side. That's where I'm going to land, 81. You know, it kind of depends on the air temperature of the facility too, a little bit. Obviously, a lot of variables at play. It's a complex question, man. It's not simple. It's not simple at all. But man, you get me 6 a.m. in like a 77-degree pool. Oh my God, bro. I don't got the fat for that. Like, I try to fat up too so I can be warm during those practices, man. But that shit's cold, homie. Ooh. Ooh. That one was fire. The next question, what's my best, or what is the best go-to post-practice meal? And I don't know, I spent some time thinking about this one because I don't want to say there's a best because it depends on what your goals are. Like, depending on what macronutrient needs you need for whatever performance-based goal you're going for, like, that optimal best meal is going to look different for you. This YouTube question was, what is my go-to sprint set? And man, that's really dependent on the type of sprint set. But if we're talking pure speed, I like to do a couple reps on a bucket or on a tower, going to like 10 or 15 yards all out, maybe substitute equipment by round. And then after just a few reps, you take a little rest and do like a 20 or 25 off the blocks, just all out, see what you can rip. I feel kind of rushed this video because I got practice here in 20 minutes, and I kind of just want to yap away, but I got storage problems as well as time constraints. It just sucks. I wish I just had like 2 hours where I could just yap and then just get a bunch of good content. But main jumps for today is we're going to go 2 lateral into a broad. So check this out. So now we're going to talk about core. So my beef with core is when almost every coach I've ever had who gives core does the same type of core circuit, or does the same type of core circuit where it's like a designated amount of time broken up into different exercises that are all body weight. You know, your typical like penguins, suitcases, just dead bugs, an onslaught of core exercises. And although that isn't necessarily not going to make you worse, it's just when you've done it for so many years, it becomes boring. And I think the team as a whole doesn't want to do it when it doesn't need to be that way. I think that if you really want a strong core, you need to train it concentrically, eccentrically. You need to train it under heavy load, and you need to train it at length. And although body weight exercises kind of accomplish that, I think it's a lot more engaging if you kind of maybe made it a little more fun. Every time we go to do core, it's like the whole team's like, oh, and it's like then you're going to get a poor product when it's actually time to go execute that set of workout, right? So something that Mike's strength coach has done in the past to make it more fun for core is, it'll make it like a competition. We'll break up into groups, and for instance, we'll be down in a plank and you'll lock arms with someone and you fight each other to stay up. It just makes it more fun. Like, it's just, you're going to get a better product when you actually want to do it, right? And I understand not everything needs to be fun, but when you're getting a poor product and things start to feel really repetitive, I think it's time to change things up, right? Those are feeling like butter. But yeah, that's and another thing is when you're truly strength training under heavy load, like almost every exercise you do, you have to engage that core. Otherwise, you're not doing that exercise correctly, and that's why a lot of athletes have pain in other muscle groups, is because when they're doing their strength and conditioning, right, their technique with that core integrity is not there. And I've struggled with that myself when I've had to kind of get over the hump of really figuring out how to use my core in every single athletic endeavor I do. Like there's from sprinting, jumping, swimming, lifting, almost everything you do, you need to brace your core. Even doing a goddamn bicep curl, like you're standing here keeping that shit tight. So, I just think that when it comes to the team core, and we only have so much time already as a team, and we want to be getting the highest outputs possible. And I think if we're getting a bad product, that maybe spice it up. Again, I don't want to demonize the ab exercise circuit. Like, yes, it's more of an endurance thing, so I understand how maybe some swimmers or athletes would benefit from it more than others, or it'd make more sense for them in the training setting. But I don't want to demonize it. I think it's good. I think when you have at the beginning of the year, when you get the team together for the first time, and we need to get everyone on the same page and in the same spot capacity wise, I think that it's smart to do that exercise because it's very, very simple, and a lot of people are familiar with those movements. So I think it's good to start with that and build a base. But now that you're weeks into training, it gets sour fast. And I think now is the time where we have to add variation and creativity. It's time to do the performance enhancer. We've got the smelling salt, the performance enhancer, for our last couple rounds of jumps here. We're going to see if we can really send it. I'm actually going to back the camera up because I've been jumping and feeling like I'm going to whack it. So let's see. Dude, this thing had me turnt last time. This is my second time with this type. I just bought them off Amazon. Just Googled it on Amazon, and went and found a random brand, said, yup, full send. Here we go. Woo! Woo! Here we go. Woo! Yeah, so that's kind of my mini ramble on core. I hope I got everything on that. Next time I'm going to drop the Q&A on my Instagram. I had something to talk about today, so I didn't want to get too many questions and not get to them all. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.